everybody, it's DTK Productions and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I've added one legend to every single NBA team in 2K. So taking a look at the rosters, Moses Malone was added to the 76ers, Kareem was added to the Bucks, Jordan was added to the Bulls, Mark Price was added to the Cavs, Larry Bird was added to the Celtics, Bob McAdoo was added to the Clippers, Gasol was added to the Grizzlies, Dominique Wilkins was added to the Hawks, Dwayne Wade to the Heat, Glenn Rice to the Hornets, Stockton to the Jazz, Robertson to the Kings, Walt Frazier to the Knicks, Magic Johnson to the Lakers, Tracy McGrady to the Magic, Dirk to the Mavs, Julius Erving to the Nets, David Thompson to the Nuggets. I downloaded an all-time Reggie Miller to add to the Pacers, Baron Davis to the Pelicans, Isaiah Thomas to the Pistons, Vince Carter to the Raptors, Hakeem Olajuwon to the Rockets, Timmy D to the Spurs, Steve Nash to the Suns, Gary Payton to the Thunder, Kevin Garnett to the Timberwolves, Clyde Drexler to the Blazers, Wilt Chamberlain to the Warriors, and Elvin Hayes to the Wizards. I only brought back legends that are not still currently playing, so there's no like LeBron James on the Heat and the Cavs and the Lakers in this sim. Now before we get started simming in this video, if you want to leave a prediction and tell me who improved the most out of any of these teams, and maybe what team improved the least. But one thing I know for sure is you guys should leave a like on this video if you do enjoy it. But yeah, let's get straight into the sim. Alright, we've made it to the All-Star break, and looking at the All-Star teams, almost every single one of our players made it to the All-Star game. There's a few outliers, like Giannis made it in here, Jokic, Luka made it as a starter, LeBron, and that's it for non-legend all-star players. If we go to award races right now, Luka Doncic, though, is still in first for MVP because why not in a league full of legends still average a 30-point triple-double? Rookie of the year right now looks like it's going to Chet. Sixth man of the year is probably going to go to Ben Simmons, even though Zach LaVine got pushed to the bench and is putting up a lot better numbers. DPOY right now looks like it's going to Wilt. Well, the leader in points per game for the NBA at All-Star break is Ja Morant, averaging 32.7, then Luka with 31.8, and then our legendary leader is Vince Carter, who's putting up 31.3. And the rebound leaders for this NBA so far at the All-Star break, Wilt Chamberlain getting 15 a game, Elvin Hayes getting about 14, Moses Malone getting 13.5, and Bob McAdoo getting 12.8. So the legends are definitely coming in and getting a lot more rebounds than our normal players. The assist leader, Trae Young, getting 12.7, James Harden with 12.5, and then we got Steve Nash with just about 12.5. Our steal leader, it would only make sense if it was Gary Payton, followed by Walt Frazier, and then Baron Davis, Clyde Drexler, Michael Jordan, John Stockton. I guess it would make a lot of sense if John Stockton was also one. And our block leaders so far, Mitchell Robinson and Wilt Chamberlain tied at 3.1 per game. If we look at our field goal percentage leaders, Bob McAdoo is the only person in the NBA shooting over 70%, shooting 71.5%, followed by Mitchell Robinson, who's putting up 68.2. And if we look at three-point shooting, our best three-point shooting legend right now is Glenn Rice, shooting 47.6, John Stockton shooting 47.5, Vince Carter 47.4, and Dirk is getting 47.2. And if we look at the conference standings right now, Philadelphia is leading the East, followed by Atlanta, Chicago, Brooklyn, Boston, the Pacers, the Knicks, the Heat, the Magic, and the Wizards, and then the non-play-in teams so far. The Milwaukee Bucks dropped all the way down here, and the Cavs are here, the Raptors, the Hornets, and the Pistons. For the West, the Clippers lead that side, followed by the Mavericks, the Timberwolves, the Warriors, the Lakers, the Grizzlies, the Nuggets, the Pelicans, the Kings, and the Trailblazers. And then for the non-playoff teams as of right now, the Phoenix Suns, Spurs, Thunder, Jazz, and Rockets. But now I'm going to sim to the end of the season, and I'll see you guys at award selection. And in a league that gets 30 legends added to it, Luka Doncic still puts up a 32-point triple-double and wins MVP. Keegan Murray goes on and wins Rookie of the Year. Shea wins Sixth Man. Wilt Chamberlain wins DPOY. Trey Jones Most Improved. And Doc Rivers Coach of the Year. Your All-NBA first team actually only has 2 legends on it, Julius Erving and Tim Duncan. The rest are current players in Luka, Ja, and Jokic. Second team, Oscar Robertson, Tracy McGrady, Dirk, and Wilt Chamberlain are your legends, and Giannis finds himself on it. An All-NBA third team, Michael Jordan, James Harden, Kevin Garnett, Vince Carter, and Bob McAdoo. One current player finds himself on that list. All defensive first team dominated by our legends, Michael Jordan, Gary Payton, Elvin Hayes, Julius Erving, and Wilt. And all defensive second team, Dwayne Wade, David Thompson, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, and Moses Malone. So all defensive team players are our legends. And these are your playoff teams. You got the Clippers Clippers versus the Pelicans, the Warriors versus the Lakers, the Timberwolves versus the Grizzlies, and the Mavericks versus the Nuggets. And then out east, you've got the 76ers versus the Pacers, the Nets and Celtics, the Bulls and Heat, and the Hawks and Cavs. My favorite to win it all right now is probably the Chicago Bulls because Michael Jordan, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Vucevic, it's just a really good lineup. But we're going to sim the first round of the playoffs and get straight to the second round. The Celtics lose in 4. The Pacers lose in 4. The Heat lose in 5. The Lakers lose in 5. The Cavs lose in 5. The Dallas Mavericks lose in 5. The Pelicans lose in 6. And we have our first game 7, the Timberwolves versus the Grizzlies. We're going to simulate this one with Simcast. In the fourth quarter with 5 minutes left, it's a tie game. If it stays close into the round, like 1.5 minute mark, we're going to jump in. It's a 4-point game with 1 minute and 11 seconds left, so I'm going to jump in right now. Garnett passes it in to Noel. Garnett's going to be the guy for the Timberwolves, or pass it down to Anthony Edwards. A nice little spin move. Rudy Gobert misses a layup. Adams gets the rebound over to Ja Morant. They're down 4 with 1 minute left. Dylan Brooks takes a heavily contested layup, misses. Cat gets the rebound over to Noel. Garnett in the corner against Gasol. Noel over to Towns from 3. He misses. Rebound Grizzlies. Desmond Bane brings it up over to Ja. Down by 4 still. Nice little spin move. Gets himself open for a dunk. It's a 2-point game with 30 seconds. They don't need to foul. They can just get the stop. But a bucket, well, they foul anyway. Desmond Bane gets his 4th. Puts Anthony Edwards to the line. He makes the first. And he makes the second. I'm not quite sure why they fouled there. They could have just tried to get a stop. But they get it into Ja. Ja's probably going to be the guy. Drives in. Pull up on Garnett, and he knocks it down. It's back to being a 2-point game with 20 seconds, but now they need to foul. Passes it into Noel, and that's who they will foul. Desmond Bane gets it again. Virtually no time came off the clock. They fouled that fast, but they need a miss here. Knocks down the first. And he knocks down the second, bringing it to a 4-point game once again. Ja's going to be the one once again, bringing it up the court. Some spin moves. He's got to find something over to Bane for 3, and he misses. So this game is probably over. The Timberwolves are going to move on to the next round, so I'll see you guys there. So this is what the second round is looking like. We got the Clippers versus the Warriors, the Timberwolves versus the Nuggets, the 76ers versus the Nets, and the Hawks versus the Bulls. So we're simulating the start of this round. We're trying to find some interesting matchups so I can show you guys a little bit of gameplay. So we're just going kind of game by game. It's got to be probably a game 7 in the second round for me to jump in, as the Warriors will lose to the Clippers. And we've got 3-3-2 series right now. And the Hawks will lose to the Bulls. The Bulls move on to the conference championship. The Nets will move on to the conference championship. And we've got another game 7 for Minnesota. So we're jumping in with Simcast, starting it off first quarter. After the first half, it's looking very Minnesota dominated. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to jump into this one. Well, I take back what I said, because the Nuggets put up 50 points in the third quarter, and it's tied going into the fourth, so I was completely wrong about that. But with 1:30, the Timberwolves are currently up by 7. It's got to get a little bit closer before I want to jump in, and it just separates a little bit more. 5-point game with 30 seconds. 2-point game with 6 seconds. It depends on who has the ball. If the Nuggets don't have the ball, I will just sim and not show you guys this. So here we are in the conference championship. The Timberwolves did have the ball, so they ended up going very easily into this round. So in the West, we've got the Clippers versus the Timberwolves, and out East, we've got the 76ers versus the Bulls. So far out West, we've got a more competitive matchup than out East. The Bulls are down 3-0. We're going to sim game by game now. The Bulls get their first one, the Clippers get one, and now the Bulls lose in 5 to the 76ers, and the Timberwolves go up 3-2 against the Clippers. We're going to simulate one more game, and the Clippers lose to the Timberwolves, so we've got a 76ers versus Timberwolves Finals. Kevin Garnett wins your Western Conference Finals MVP, putting up 26, 12, and 7. And out East, James Harden wins the award, putting up 27, 4.5, and 15.5. Game number 1 of this NBA Finals is going to go to the 76ers. Game number 2 will go to the Timberwolves. Game number 3 will go to the Timberwolves. Game 4 will go to the 76ers. Game number 5 will go to the 76ers, and we're going to simcast this game because it is a elimination game in the finals. After the first quarter, the Timberwolves are down by 12. I've seen the comeback happen before. They're going to really have to kick it in gear if they want to win this game to even give themselves a shot at a game 7. After quarter number 2, it's only a 5-point game, so the Timberwolves did make part of that comeback back, and they've still got 2 quarters to go. And after the third quarter, they completely fell apart and got outscored by 20 points. This game isn't close at all anymore. And with a minute 30 left, they're getting outscored by about 10 in the fourth quarter as well. So this game is definitely over. Malone puts up 42, Harden 37, and your finals winner is going to be the 76ers. James Harden wins finals MVP despite Moses Malone's efforts in the elimination game. So that's going to be it for this video. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you did enjoy it. I've been loving making these videos for you guys, and you guys have been crazy supportive, so thank you guys for that. But I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.